Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. Joe from System Era recently hosted another DevStream to go over the roadmap for Astroneer, talking about the update coming in June, limited time events coming later this year, and the widely anticipated expansion that will arrive at the end of the year. You can check out the full VOD at the link below if you just want to watch the whole thing for yourself, or you can just watch the rest of this video for a quick summary. If you're excited for more Astroneer content, be sure to head down to the comments and tell me about it, or just drop an emoji in your comment that best sums up how you feel about today's news. We'll kick things off with the update to the Year of the Glitch roadmap. We've already had the anniversary and Verdant update, and the Exo Cares event is currently in progress. The summer update image, while blurred, does reveal a few things. First, do you notice anything interesting about the Rover seat? Yeah, it's facing forward. Game art has long had a large Rover seat attached to a Rover like that, but it actually is not possible to do that in Astroneer currently. Right now, if you attach a Rover seat to the front of a Rover, it'll be facing up or down, not forward. So it looks like a nice little feature is finally coming to the game. The currently unnamed summer update will drop sometime late June, with Joe estimating around the 3rd week, so about a month away. While it will be a smaller update, it does contain something rather quite literally huge. You can see it blurred atop the Rover in the roadmap image, but Joe did jump into some gameplay to give us a better look at it. This is the extra large resource canister, and it holds a staggering 2,000 nuggets of a single resource. Joe did mention during the stream that this canister will not be unlocked with bytes in the research catalog. In fact, he spent several minutes exploring Glacio trying to find one, and he made reference to finding them in the wild with perhaps a new mission or other quests to tie in with it. A few moments later, he showed us this scene. While it is off in the distance, you can see the extra large canister, and it appears to be on top of terrain in the ice plains that does not currently appear in the game. Upon closer inspection, it appears the canister is on top of a very large platform that does not currently exist. At least that's what it looks like if we zoom in on the image. We saw something similar to this in the Verdant update blog post, and while zooming in on the stream footage is really grainy, I'm fairly certain that we're seeing something very similar to what we saw in the blog. I'd love to know what you think it might be though, so drop a comment to let me know. As Joe was preparing to jump into the game to show off the extra large canister, he also showed us a new menu item and explained how this save file repair will work. Essentially, the save file repair tool can try to help restore saves that cannot be loaded. It will back up your existing saves and then create copies of them. It will then scan those copies for excessive items that are spawned in the save that might be causing the problem and then remove them. Joe mentioned this will be part of the summer update, and more info on how and when to use it will be included on the Astroneer blog. Jumping back to the roadmap image, it looks like the AMP, or Automated Mass Production Protocol, limited time event will be returning again this year, though nothing much was really mentioned about it. We only have this rather small and somewhat blurred image of organic being fed into a smelter, but we know from earlier blog posts and streams that all of the limited time events have been refreshed, so I'm sure we'll see some changes. Staying with the limited time events on the bottom row, you can see what appears to be the leek plant that was teased in this image back in April. You can see it there off to the far left. Joe also made a passing reference to the Resopound plant, so if I had to take a guess, these two new plants will probably play a large part in the farm update in the fall. Interestingly, I do not see any sturdy squash in any of the LTE images. Maybe they're just part of the farm limited time event. I don't really know. The final event of the year will be Project Cheer, but the image is so small and blurry, it's tough to make out any details. There's an isolated specimen, aka Snowman, on Glacio in the image, but that's all I can really make out. I've often thought it'd be really cool if the cheer event would incorporate the Yule log from the video on the Astroneer YouTube channel from 3 years ago. But that's wishful thinking on my part and has never been mentioned as something that even might come to the game. Now let's move on to the final item on the roadmap, the Glitchwalker expansion. The image is obviously far too blurry to really try to guess at what we're looking at. So let's talk about things Joe told us. First of all, it was confirmed that the shelter concept art that we saw in the Astroneer blog earlier this year was done as part of the original planning for the upcoming expansion. While he did not confirm that any new shelters are coming with the expansion, now we at least have some context to where those concept art images fit into things. While we still do not have a lot of details, Joe did state that the Glitchwalker expansion will take us to an entirely new place. Whether that will be new planets and an entirely new solar system, or some sort of space station, or something else is anyone's guess at this point, but Joe did mention that this new space to explore and play in is not in the current existing solar system. The expansion will also include new lore and will feature things that have not been tried before in the game. While that is a really vague statement, it does help underscore what Joe said often during the stream. The Glitchwalker expansion will bring a ton of new content and gameplay. He did confirm that new cosmetics will be included, however. Joe did confirm another bit of info about the expansion. This will be a paid DLC. Right now, their target price is $10, which sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Granted, Joe always referred to that as the target price, not something set in stone, so there is a chance that price may change when the expansion releases. Of course, a paid expansion raises concerns about multiplayer. Joe confirmed that multiplayer will still be possible with the expansion, and you will still be able to join friends who own it, even if you have not purchased it yourself. While any progression you make within the expansion-related content won't save if you do not own it, you can at least still take part in the gameplay. I think it's really cool that they've ensured that you will be able to play Astroneer with friends even if you are not able to purchase the expansion. We do not know the launch date yet, though Joe did mention that the project is on schedule, so we should be able to expect it by the end of the year. Once we know more about a launch window, I plan on doing an Extra Life themed giveaway for a few copies of the expansion, so stay tuned right here on my channel for more news on that. In fact, if you've enjoyed the video today, please hit the like button and leave a comment, because doing those things really does help out my channel and I greatly appreciate it. And maybe even get subscribed, as I cover all sorts of Astroneer news, including DevStream summaries like this, and a comprehensive first look at all new updates and limited time events. I also feature Astroneer Academy, which is a comprehensive guide for Astroneer created by a group of community members who cover every aspect from planetfall to solar system mastery and beyond. If you don't want to miss any of that, then be sure to get subscribed. So that wraps it up for this stream recap. Joe mentioned he'd be back again in a few weeks with another stream, so I'll be there to gather up any new leaks or other information he may share. In the meantime, don't forget to head down to the comments to let me know what you think about everything we learned today, and until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.